Hello students, uh, today we will learn about the class 10 probability. पहले तो हम लोग थोड़ा उसके इंट्रोडक्शन पढ़ लेंगे और क्या क्या टर्म्स है टर्मिनोलॉजी है उसके बारे में थोड़ा पढ़ लेंगे। तो ये कुछ नोट्स है, आप लोग लिख भी सकते हैं या फिर आप लोग यहाँ से पढ़ सकते हैं। तो स्टूडेंट्स वीडियो देखने से पहले लाइक शेयर और सब्सक्राइब ज़रूर कीजिएगा। ओके, सो प्रोबेबिलिटी चैप्टर्स 15 का है, क्लास 10 का। Some statements are probably it may rain today, he may join politics, Indian cricket team has good chances of winning World Cup. So यहाँ पे आप देख सकते थे दिस प्रोबेबिलिटी ये रेन हो सकता है, ही मे जॉइन पॉलिटिक्स, दीज आर ऑल प्रोबेबल क्वेश्चंस or sentences. The concept of probability is solving problems pertaining to games of chances such as throwing a die, tossing a coin, drawing a card from a pack of cards, etc. तो ये प्रोबेबिलिटी के चैप्टर्स में ये सारे चीज़ हम लोग देखेंगे कि टॉसिंग अ कॉइन या फिर थ्रोइंग अ डाई, डाई फेंकने से कौन सा नंबर आएगा, कॉइन से हेड और टेल आएगा कि नहीं, या फिर अगर पैक ऑफ कार्ड्स में कोई भी कार्ड पिकअप करते हैं क्या वो हर्ट्स है, क्या वो स्पेड्स है, इस तरह से हम लोग आगे देखेंगे। सो थियोरेटिकल अप्रोच ऑफ प्रोबेबिलिटी हम लोगों ने क्या क्या पढ़ा है। वी लर्न इन क्लास 9 वॉज एक्सपेरिमेंटल और एम्पेरिकल अप्रोच टू प्रोबेबिलिटी. In this approach, the probabilities were based on actual experiments and adequate recording of the happening of events. Now we will learn about theoretical approach to probability. Okay? The basic difference between these two approaches to probability is that in the experimental approach to probability, the probability of an event is based on what has been actually happened, while in theoretical approach to probability, we try to predict what will happen without actually performing the experiment. In the theory of probability, we deal with events which are outcomes of an experiment. The word experiment means an operation which can produce some well-defined outcomes, that is S. There are two types of experiment. One is deterministic and second is random or probabilistic. Now, what is deterministic experiment? They are those experiments which, when repeated under identical conditions, produce the same result or outcome. Example, when experiments in science and engineering are repeated under identical conditions, we obtain almost the same result every time. So that we call it as a deterministic experiment. Now, random or probabilistic experiment is if an experiment when repeated under identical condition do not produce the same outcome every time, but the outcome in a trial is one of the several possible outcomes, then it is known as a random or probabilistic experiment. For example, in tossing of a coin, one is not sure if a head or tail will be obtained, so it is random experiment. Similarly, rolling an unbiased die and throwing a card from a well shuffled pack of cards are examples of a random experiment. Now here we only deal with random experiment, that is in class 10 we only deal with random experiment and the term will stand for random experiment. Now various terms associated with random experiment. So there are various terms. First is elementary event. So what is elementary event? An outcome of a random experiment is called an elementary event. For example, consider the random experiment of tossing of a coin. The possible outcome of this experiment are head or tail. So thus E1, that is event of 1, first event either we will get head, a second event will get tail, so getting tail, ये दो ही तो event होगा, right? Then E1 and E2 are elementary events of tossing of a coin. Now, let us consider the random experiment of tossing two coins simultaneously. The possible outcomes, what will be? The HH getting head on both the coins, HT getting head on first and tail on second, TH getting tail on first and head on second, and TT getting tail on both the coins. Then HH, HT, TH and TT are elementary events. Similarly, if there are three coins are tossed simultaneously, then the elementary events are HHH, HHT, HTH, THH, HTT, THT, TTH, TTT. Consider the random experiment of throwing a cubical die. There will be 6 possible outcomes, namely 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right, in a die. So, consider the random experiment in which two-faced dice are rolled together or a die is rolled twice. The total number of elementary events is 36, right? Also, there are 52 elementary events associated to the random experiment of drawing a card from a pack of 52 playing cards. Now, what is occurrence of an event? An event A associated to a random experiment is said to occur if any one of the elementary events associated to the event A is an outcome. So, the experimental or empirical probability PE of an event E, कैसे लिखेंगे उसको हम? So, PE is equal to number of trials in which the event happened by total number of trials. But the theoretical probability which we will do, that is we call the classical probability, which we will do in class 10 of an event E as PE equal to number of outcomes favorable to E by number of all possible outcomes of the experiment, right? Okay, we will do now exercises. (15.1). Okay. Complete the following statements. Probability of an event E plus probability of the event not E is always 1. So, probability of E plus probability of not E is always equal to 1. Next, the probability of an event that cannot happen is dash, such an event is called dash. So, probability of an event that cannot happen is 0, and that event we call it as an impossible event. Next, the probability of an event that is certain to happen is dash, such an event is called dash. Certain to happen is 1, and that we call it as an sure event. Next, the sum of the probabilities of all the elementary events of an experiment is always 1, right? And then fifth one is the probability of an event is greater than or equal to what? Equal to 1 and less than or equal to PE, that is the probability of an event is greater than or equal to 0 and less than or equal to 1. Okay. So, the range will be all the probabilities range will be all the elementary events range will be between 0 and 1. Okay. So, students, we will do the next all the questions in our next video. Before leaving, please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.